Hey you guys, welcome to the video. It's Yoga Joe here. Today in the yoga practice, think hips, lower body. Let's go ahead, grab your mat, and let's get started. Let's start standing up tall today. I'd imagine your feet, bring them to about hip width distance. Inhale and exhale. And plant your hands together to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up in the air. Try to lift the shoulders up towards your ears. And then hinge from your hips. You're going to fold forward. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And standing tall, lifting, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Try to get your legs locked as best that you can. It's okay to leave a little bend in the knees, but try to reach your hands down on the floor, straighten your legs, reach down, and pick up your left foot and step it back. So we do a runner's lunge for the sun salutation today. And step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into a plank position. Now hold that top of the push-up. Breathe. Start to engage your whole body, the whole body here, and push up back into downward facing dog. And pull your right knee in towards your chest. Step again, the right foot forward, back to runner's lunge, left foot forward to a forward fold. Raise your arms up and get into a standing position, reaching back, and hinge forward from your waist, forward fold. Now step your right foot back through runner's lunge. And we're holding that runner's lunge and focus around your hip region. Squaring off of the hips as best that you can. Plant your hands, step back into down dog. Using the lower belly, you're going to roll forward to a plank pose position. Then go down to a chaturanga push-up or drop down the knees. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, push it into downward facing dog. Notice hips neutral here, your hips lifting up to the sky. And pulling your left knee into your body, step your foot forward. Runner's lunge, fold at the front of your mat, step the right leg up. Reach up to the sky, standing position. Exhale, fold forward. Now we're going to move a little bit faster. Right leg back, left leg back, downward facing. Roll forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Step forward. Exhale, fold at the front of your mat. And slowly rise up. Inhale, standing position. fold forward. And step your right leg back, runner's lunge. Get your hands on the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank position. Then take a strong position all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. And pull your left knee into, step it forward. Left leg and right leg meet at the front of the mat and fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Reach back. Inhale, stand tall. Let the arms come down to your sides. Now standing tall somewhere on your mat, we're going to do half moon pose today. Lift the hands over the head. Interlace your fingers nice and tight together. Squeeze in the lower belly. Stretch up and lengthen as much as you can. Slowly stretch your body over to the right side. Try to squeeze everything close together so the lower body is really working here, and a tight body is going to be a lighter body to push down. So still be able to breathe here as you're pushing. Inhale, breath. Come on up. Stretch all the way up in the center. Exhale, change out to the other side. Inhale. And exhale, use your lower body. Push it over to the side. You don't want to push so much that you can't feel the breath anymore. And inhale, reach up slowly. We're going to drop the head back. It's one of my favorite ways when working on the spine is just to let the head relax and just working from there. So we open up the throat chakra. Try to keep those hands together tight, and then use your lower body, lower back. So we're going to try to go back a little bit more. Keep everything together tightly and come up slow. Reach your hands down on the floor. So you want to touch the floor as best as you can. Draw the head down to a forward fold position. Wrap and grab your hands from behind your heels. Let go of the hands when you're ready, and arms, and get set to go back into a downward facing dog. You're going to take another vinyasa, so roll forward, rolling into plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, low cobra or a high cobra, and push into downward facing dog. And take your right leg up into three-legged dog. Pull the right knee in using the lower belly and step forward. Warrior One pose. So lower that back foot down flat and rotate left hip forward. Think about using the hips, so moving around the hips a little bit here is fine. So you're starting to feel what that internal position is like and what that external position is like on the right hip. So you don't have to worry about the arms and hands here or feel right really tight or rigid, right? Relax. Loosen up. Find your breath here. And then I want you to open your arms and out your hands into a warrior two position. Open up your shoulders, but use, right, the movement of the hips again. Find a lot of movement here. Stretch and cartwheel down. Go into plank pose or down dog. And take your vinyasa. Down low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to dog. And then inhale, lift up your left leg. And moving everything in, bend your left knee, pull it in, and step it forward. Land your right heel down into warrior one pose. And if you like, finding a little bit of that movement here on this side. So I like to move the hips and play with them around. All right, what's a warrior one pose? All right, it's tucking in more, that right hip. So just loosening it up. Find that warrior one. Find your breath. And then take your arms, open them out wide, and go to your warrior two pose. And take your hands down to the floor, and step back, plank, low push-up, high cobra, and to down dog. And then inhale, lift up the right leg. We're going to step it through and do a warrior one pose. Warrior two. And then moving around the hips a little bit here. Finding that warrior two. Engage the back leg. So I like to move around, right? Feel like you're able to sort of shift forward and back a couple times. Using the hips, move pelvis. And float your right hand up and take a peaceful warrior. And try, if you like, drawing your left hand down that left leg. And keep deepening that bend in your right knee, feeling that full, peaceful warrior. And take your arms out to the side, so warrior two position again. Do it one more time. Do a peaceful warrior. Go gently back, and then float the hands down. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift up your left leg now. Pull the knee in. Step it through to warrior one pose. So your right hip is going to move open to the side, right? Go to that warrior two. And then find a little bit more space in your wide warrior two to move the hips around. Find that structure. Your feet, your legs, right? Finding the warrior two pose. And slowly, starting to feel your arms and hands reach apart. And I want you to take your left arm and float it up into a warrior, peaceful warrior. And sometimes I like finding that back arm leading a lot of the way in that warrior, but keeping the left knee bending. Powers in that front leg as well too. And take your hands down to the mat. Breathe in, step back. Let's go into plank pose. Low push-up. Low cobra. Or a high cobra. And into downward facing dog. And inhale, lift up the right leg. Step it through. Warrior one pose. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. And take that right arm back and lower the right arm down. Sweep now the left arm over your head. So on this side, right, practice moving the hips around too, and you're going to find a lot of length from the left hip bone to the left shoulder, maybe even possibly through that left wrist if you want to stretch that left hand over your head. Breathe into that side angle. So you don't have to come up a lot, just a little bit, and straighten out your right leg. And just taking that position of your left hand to be straight over the head. Trikonasana. You can really stretch out the arms and open them up wide here. Really focusing on the legs and the lower body there as well. Push down into your feet to come up. Turn to your right side and enter back into that warrior two. Right? You can move around, but find structure now in that warrior two. See if you can get pretty deep. Lower. Peaceful warrior, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Again, you can continue with your vinyasa flows. You can change it up. If you want to still do that chaturanga, or you can add in an additional push-up. And go into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up, please. Breathe in. Step your foot forward. Breathe out. Warrior one. Warrior two. Really feel those shoulders dropping down from the ears as you imagine just getting really low here, and float the left arm back to peaceful warrior. Side angle. Right arm up over your head. So you're feeling that opposite stretch on your side. Find your breath here too. I want you to sink down a little bit here, and then come up a little bit more and straighten out your leg. Trikonasana, the triangle pose. You really will feel that throughout your whole body. Start with your feet, your legs there first, and then find the stretch. Get those arms and hands opened. And push down, come up. Good. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. And then taking your vinyasa flow, take your arms and hands down to the mat and step back. Plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Cobra. And down dog. And lift up your right leg, please float it up. Step your foot forward, warrior one. So we're adding on a little bit more each time. Warrior two. Peaceful. Side angle. Now see if you can float that left hand up or wrap it around your lower back. So I like just letting that arm, hands relax. So that creates an external rotation and opening of the shoulder. And it feels nice, right? You can hold it there. You don't have to force. You can keep any version with your left arm over the head or around the lower back. And then see if you can turn and twist a little bit. Starting to feel this left hand come around and it's searching for your right leg or your right hip. And level two, maybe you want to extend that right hand up if you like. Make it a little bit more challenging. And try to look up. When you're set, release your right hand down Gently release that left arm out of the lower back. Extend it up. You can take left arm up. You can take right arm up. Come back into warrior one. And planting the hands down. We'll go through vinyasa again. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra or high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, take a breath. I want you to lift your left leg here. Step that foot forward, warrior one pose. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Take your left hand up to peaceful warrior. And side angle. So you can watch from here on this side. What I'm trying to do is just open up that top shoulder. So opening up, and then your arm rotates back behind you. You relax that right arm around the lower back. So I like sort of right away just searching for that hip. Right, but that shoulder and back need to be comfortable as well too. You can float the left arm up. Make it a little more challenging here too. Try to breathe. Drop that arm down when you're ready. Take the right arm up. Take the left arm up. Warrior one, you're going to rotate back to center. You can take another vinyasa flow here. Exhale, step back, plank. Low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to walk your hands and your feet in together. Now open your toes out a little wide. Rest. How to take it down to deep squat. And feel your breath just moving in and out here for a moment. Feel the hips, feel the lower body. We're holding Malasana position. So we're going to try to come all the way up. Extend the arms. Straighten the legs. Lift, push. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Let's do that just 3 more times today. Loosen up, loosen up. Right, feel that all within the hip area. Let's go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Coming down to deep squat. Inhale, lengthen the arms, reach. And exhale, hands to heart. So you can keep adding in those arms there, lifting, or, right, just keeping the arms down, you can just go right down to deep squat. One more time. Deep squat, low position. Use your whole body. Use your core here especially. One more for good luck. Exhale down, inhale up, good. Let's let it go, shake it out. Step up towards the front of your mat. We're gonna bounce on the right leg and do a tree position. And just focus. You don't have to respond back if you fall out with anything. It's okay, it's all right. Focus on that standing leg. Lock it out. You're always welcome to exalt the arms here too, that's great. Notice the hips, really square them up. If you want to, pay attention and grab the hips with your hands. Try to keep those hips squared as best that you can. You're going to keep the standing leg locked out straight and kick back with your left heel to a warrior 3. And whoop, see if you fall out. You just catch and you try to come right back into your balancing. And lightly step back into a warrior 1. nice and softly, I'm going to land back on the toes, then the heel, warrior two position. Lift your right hand, go into peaceful warrior. Right arm down, left arm up to extended side angle. So we can go back to that shoulder position, or we'll work on humble warrior today. You can stop at the binds if you want there too. You find that twist. You're breathing into it, engaging the back leg, engaging the lower body. And try to twist upwards. Twist up. Let it go lightly. Right hand releases down. Left hand releases back to that side angle. And then you can turn to warrior one, back facing the front of your mat. Exhale, lower the hands down. Lift up the left heel, step back. Downward facing dog. So you can keep taking the vinyasas, or we'll add another balancing pose here and do supported side plank. Supported side plank with left knee down, or left foot up to meet the right foot and stretching right hand up. So a lot of work on the core here, and also try to balance and align your hips. So if you didn't do that vinyasa last time, you can add in after side plank, flow through your vinyasa. Let's take about 3-4 breaths here. Next thing we're going to work on is jumping forward. So getting set on those toes, so that gives you that leap forward. You're going to use your shoulders here too. And I just want you to work on taking a very soft, light landing. It's a gentle hop forward. Good. And inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. And rise up. And you go back into tree pose now. This time stand on the left leg. Great when we get a chance to work on balancing. Appreciate this time. Now you're standing on one leg. Arms could exalt if you want to make that a little bit more challenging. And then we'll keep the hips squared and work on a warrior three position. Arms can try to reach out. If you fall right, you catch yourself. But try to keep that right heel kicked back. And then we're going to land nice and soft into warrior one. Or warrior two. Peaceful. And then into side angle. Left arm down, right arm up. We'll work on the bind. Right hand around the lower back. You try to take a big breath and twist up. So all yoga is a lot in the mind, right? Mentally going into it and using the physical body. We connect the two. You're going to release. Come back through that side angle and then travel back into warrior one. Breathe deep, nice and deeply here. Lower down the hands, step back. We're going to do a down dog or straight into that side plank. So supported side plank if you want to lower the right knee down. And find the right position with your hips. So you can find some room, move them around a little bit. Right hips, we work on them. We're also working on structure and balance. This one we can make it a little bit differently, and we could also make into repetitions, adding a little bit extra movement in the practice. So if you want to take a regular vinyasa, that's fine. After that, sit back for a moment, watch me as I do straight from down dog, visiting through plank and going right into that up dog. So just watch here first. So if you want a way to work on the hips and the shoulders together, come right through up dog. Down dog. Up dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So try that out. It's a lot of movement. It's a lot of work on the core. And it's option to be a little more gentle on the shoulders instead of doing those strong chaturangas. Right, you can switch it up. You can do this as well. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, up dog, open your chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, up dog, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. And 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Drop down on the knees. Come into your tabletop position. So I want you to try to get those arms and hands lined up underneath your shoulders. Move the hips side to side, and then we're going to do a couple cats and cows. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest, lift up your head. Exhale, round the back. And inhale, lift up the chest, the head. And you can take a puppy's pose, reaching the arms and hands up at the top of the mat. You can also just take a child's pose and go straight. Find yourself rolling up to tabletop position. We'll take it into a downward facing dog. And lift your hips back up to the sky and press firmly down into your hands and into your feet. So really feel strong in this down dog. Right? Feel the stretch in your spine, your back. It's such an awesome position to hold and be in. So we're going to make our way to a deep squat again, and then down on our backs. So if you can carefully get there, right, land in just a deep squat for a moment, right, feeling that lowering down of the hips. You can also add in a twist here, that deep squat. Inhale, reaching the right hand up, and lowering it down, and inhale, reaching the left arm up, and then lowering it down. And then we're going to make our way just to a really brief Shavasana, a relaxation. So you can just take those legs and stretch them out. You can roll down onto the back. And just real quick here, I want you to try to relax the body. Shavasana is our full relaxation position. We're trying to remain the body still, relaxed, and with ease. That's why it's such a mind practice. Practice on relaxing the mind, or at least trying to relax the mind. And take a deep breath. And plant your feet on the floor so that your knees are bent up. And press your hips up into bridge position. So the palms down, pushing up the hips, press into your heels, come down, lower. Let's do 3 more. If you have wheel in your practice, you can do wheel after the bridge. Down. Take a moment, relax, breathe. And do it again. Wheel pose or bridge pose. Alright, we're going to do the last one. I'm going to make it into a wheel position. So taking those hands back, hands press down, watch the wrist, be gentle. Press into the feet, take the top of the head on the mat, and then press into the feet and into the hands. You can walk in a little bit. Wheel pose. So you come out the same way. You can lower down the head and then lower down the hips. Relax. You're going to windshield wiper the knees a few times side to side. And then hug onto the legs. Try to reach and grab around the wrists, the forearms, or the elbows if you can, and squeeze your legs really tightly. I want you to cross your right ankle over the left knee. If you like this version, you can hold it. If you're used to pigeon on the belly and on the chest, that's another version. Today, we'll work on cracking the legs and then grabbing the outsides of the feet with opposite hands. So it sort of looks like this, right? We call this cow position when it's sitting up, or on the back is just a hip opener. Do the next side. So just releasing. Start with the left ankle crossed over the right knee first. So you just, even here, get a quick little hip opener. Right? It's great to just kind of sequence things in a way where we open up and we build up. And then you can wrap if you like. Let it go slowly. Come back to that reclined pigeon pose. And then hug the knees into the chest. We're going to point the toes up to the sky. So you'll have your legs over your body. And then try to point those toes back. So now your heels are pressing up to the sky. So we'll work on a little core here. Palms down. Hover the right leg. Keep that left leg up, and then bring the right leg up, change, left leg down. Left leg up, right leg down. So keep going, you can go a little faster. But try to not jerk the body or lose your hip form, right? Keeping the lower back down. Imagine you're using your thighs, your lats, so your upper body, your lower body. You can even imagine using the hands here. And do one more. And get ready to hug the knees in. Those knees are going to drift off to your right side. And you can twist and look out your left shoulder. And we're going to come the other way. So I want you to lift up the knees, rotate out to the left side, look over your right shoulder for a twist. Good, and then hug the knees. You can go right to your Shavasana if you want one more hip stretch. You can take the feet down, walk the bottoms of the feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana, and allow just your knees just to drop down out to the sides. So not only are you deeply trying to relax the hips, you're also settling and relaxing the entire body. And what's really important here is that we take the time to do this and relax. So slowly we're going to make our way to our relaxation. If you have your knees apart, you can bring them in when you're set. You can straighten them out. Get your palms perhaps to flip up. Rest in those hip bones. Maybe wiggling or adjusting, anything that you feel like you'd like to get yourself even more relaxed and comfortable. And we're just going to try to lie here and be here for the next couple of minutes. Continue trying just to settle. And think calm. And try to be relaxed. And slowly try to let your breath take the way. Let your breath come in and out. want to take a nice big stretch, you can break out of it and lift the arms. And we're just going to take your knees up and take your body around and out to the side. And then slowly press up into a seat. Really nice. And thank you for participating today. So we're going to do a seated position and a little pranayama practice or breath exercise. So first thing that we have to do here is just try to get our bodies calm. We want to be calm before our breath exercise and relax. So find yourself in a relatively relaxed and calm space. And then start to breathe deeply in and letting go. So we're going to do that breathing. It can be through the nose. It can be through the mouth. You can change it up. We're going to keep doing that. So follow along with me or find it at your own self, your own pace. Let it go. Deeply in. We're going to take 2 more. Good, 1 more. Let it out. And hold. So it's your meditation practice. It's however long that you can hold that exhale out. But you don't need to force. So when you are ready to inhale, take it in nice and deeply. Exhale out. And take yourself back into a nice calm place. And we're going to do that for 2 more rounds today. We try and breathe in really fully, but relaxed. Take it in and let it go. We're going to hold the breath after. Take for 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Take your final breath. Exhale. Inhale nice and deep. When you're ready, hold it. Really nice. So we're going to take it into our last round of the pranayama breathing. And first, try to just get centered and calm. We want to take really big breaths, and we want to do that in a calm, relaxed way. And take it in. Letting go. Do last 3. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. And calmly take that last breath before you hold it after the exhale. And you just try to hold your breath out for as long as you can without forcing. You get a little lightheaded, and that's okay. When you need to breathe in, just breathe in and take it and hold it in. And let it out. Just breathe slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth here. I want you to just take a little bit of time here in this meditation practice. After your pranayama breathing, you might feel a little lightheaded and you don't want to rush out. You just want to allow yourself just to stay nice and quietly relaxed for a little bit longer. head and neck down. And roll it side to side for a little bit. And you can add a little bit more movement into stretching out the sides. Just kind of going around, playing with those side stretches. And then bringing both the arms and the hands up. And bringing the hands up through your heart center. So really proud of all of you today. Stepping into your practice and giving it your best. So I want to deeply acknowledge that and bring gratitude towards you. And I hope you stay well. Namaste. And thanks for practicing today, you guys. And I will see you all soon.